We're getting ready to throw some dishes.
Prince of Persia.
Somebody hit the SAP button on that.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of the Side Splitters. My name is Lyle.
My name is Andy.
And I am a giant bowl of tapioca pudding.
That you are. And our goal tonight is to leave you in stitches. It is the decasode. We're here. It's the next week. We made it. This is 2 weeks in a row, guys.
Yeah, you were all giving people warnings that we would drop off the face of the earth until after New Year's.
I've been giving people warnings with that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I read the Facebook post.
Oh, no. The Facebook post was me saying, the person that Eric from Countdown to Geektown told me, hey, by the way, the intro is in the middle of the podcast. And I'm like, oh, good call. Let me fix that before the Path of Exile League starts. So, I don't lose myself to that. By the way, the new Path of Exile League started, and I've been doing that nonstop. What is going on?
We're getting ready to throw some dishes.
So it's the decasode, as you knew by the theme song. We have Fresco here, and games aplenty.
Oh yeah, let's dig right into this.
Yeah, we have Fake News is a new game. Literal Titles is a new game. And what was the other one?
Jingle Jammers.
How could I forget? Jingle Jammers. A classic returned. We're going to do football, and we're going to name it, and we're going to get out of here. So let's get started with Fake News. Kind of like a multiplayer clickbait news. I like it. The premise here, boys, is going to be you guys will hear the news article I give, okay? And you're going to tell me if it's a real story or if it's fake news. Got it?
Okay.
Simple enough.
It is simple. All right.
That seems simple enough.
So who wants to go first? Should we flip a coin?
I shall go first.
Tails.
All right, let me flip a coin. Flip a coin. And it is tails. Andy goes first.
Yay! Is there nothing computers can't do?
But I said I go first.
Yeah, well, the computer said otherwise. Now, Andy...
But I'm the guest.
Yeah, all of a sudden that matters, huh?
It does now.
Okay, Andy, I need you to tell me if this is real or fake. The Los Angeles Lakers have added buffalo chicken wing stains to Shaquille O'Neal's retired jersey.
Like on purpose?
That is the headline of the article.
Oh. I'm gonna say no. That is fake news.
That is fake news. You are correct. It's 1 point for
Yeah,
Andy.
if there's one thing I know about sports memorabilia, they hold it in the highest regard. It was passed down from the Saints themselves. There's no way they would mess with it like that.
But it's Shaquille O'Neal, so it would have been... Anyway. Fresco, you're up. So... Fresco, I am going to give you KitchenAid unveils new all-terrain rolling pin.
I feel like that would be real.
That is fake news.
Of course it is. Because only I would think that a rolling pin that could fucking go over rocks and then
you should
flatten your dome.
You should see the picture. It's just KitchenAid handles with giant monster tires.
Oh, he wants to go off-road.
If some of these didn't look so photoshopped, I would actually, display pictures with it too, but that would totally give it away. Okay, Andy, here's yours. Marilyn Manson mourned on Twitter, confusing him for dead mass murderer Charles.
Oh no, I can totally see that happening. People are stupid on the internet. That's 100% real.
That is 2 for Andy today. It is true. They thought that was right. They thought that was right.
Oh yeah. Twits.
Okay. Fresco, you're up. Let's move this out the way here.
Asia.
We have. Okay, Fresco. China launches world's first all-electric cargo ship. Will use it to haul coal.
The irony here.
Right.
I'm gonna say that's real.
Fresco's on the board. That is a real story.
Wow. Wow. Jeez.
Andy, you're up.
Okay.
France is running out of butter for its croissants.
Sacre bleu. That is fake news. Tell me when I say, listen to me when I say that we will never run out of butter.
This is actually a real story. Not only is it a real story, I seen this. I was going to use it for Clickbait News one week, and I was like, this looks like such a fake news headline. I'm going to come up with a game, and this is going to be put in there. This is what the inspiration of this game is from. So, all right, on to Fresco.
Someone give me some butter.
Okay, Fresco. Activision are fighting a patent for Call of Duty, a dog poop removal service.
I'm sorry, they're filing.
No. They're fighting a patent for Call of Duty, DOODEE, a dog poop removal service.
Oh. Yeah, I could actually buy that from Activision.
So you're saying it's real?
I'm saying it's true.
Yes, that is true. Fresco, Andy tied at 2 apiece. Andy.
Yes.
Time capsule discovered in rear end of Jesus statue.
I'm gonna say that one is fake.
That is in fact fake news.
Oh, good. I don't want the Catholics to prove me wrong.
Fresco. Cat named after Notorious B.I.G. shot multiple times and survives.
Fake.
That is a real story.
Damn you! You give him all the easy ones.
This is the last one, guys. I'm sorry I have an odd number. I just realized it, but this is the last one. Fresco, you'll go first on the next one, I promise. Pope Francis, Andy. Pope Francis suggests changing words to the Lord's Prayer.
Oh man, he's been a pretty radical pope. I don't know. It sounds like something he'd do. I'd say that's true.
It is in fact fake news.
Oh.
I gotta tell you, the fake news articles are the best because like there's comments underneath of it of like fake people, like Walter Dillon from the Salt Liquor. Here's what Dylan Lindheilich from Volunteer Surgeon says on Pope Francis with changing the words to the Lord's Prayer. Long as I get my daily bread, I don't give a shit. This will definitely come back to haunt the Pope in his next election. and then the time capsule in Jesus' butt. I never find anything good in butts.
No, never.
I guess it's kind of refreshing that it took 2 centuries for someone to look in his butt. Uh, yeah. So anyway, that is fake news. That's it. That's all I have.
Friggin' cat.
Biggie Smalls the cat. That's a great one.
Shot
Biggie
16
paws.
times today.
Alrighty. So the next thing up, what did I say we were doing next? Oh, the plot one.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's going to change. The score is 3-2 in Andy's favor. Fresco, I said you can go first, but I'm going to actually give you the choice if you want to go first or not.
Okay.
What, do you want to go first or not?
Oh, I thought I was going to hear the, yes.
Well, I figure I'd let you figure it out. Okay, so I'll explain it real quick. The idea here, literal title. Is that what I said it was? I don't remember. Yeah, literal title is the name of this one. So basically, I'm going to give you guys the name of a movie that's already been made, popular movie, and you are going to give me the plot if the title was being literal. If the title literally met the plot, what would the plot be for this title?
Okay. I'll go first.
You'll go first. Okay, fantastic. So, this is going to be a bit of a tie-in with our weekly segment, This Week in Gaming History, because this week on Friday, December 15th, will be the 18th anniversary, no, that's not right, the 28th anniversary of one of the greatest movies ever. The Wizard. I love this movie so much. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. This movie revolutionized video gaming and the future of video games. So, Fresco,
Okay.
can you tell me what the plot of this movie would be just by the name The Wizard?
Okay. First of all, I have to let you know, I am saddened to say that as a gamer, I've never seen this movie, like the actual movie.
Not getting any points for this one.
But alright, so a movie based on The Wizard. So, this wizard, has to go around and he is searching the world for wrongs to right with his wizardry. And, he goes and, he goes through the ages and performs various magic tricks and such like that to right certain things. He stopped by King Arthur, gave him the Knights of the Round. He showed up later on in
Like the materia?
I was getting to that. He poked up in Midgar and gave out materia. He's a wizard, Harry.
All right.
How many pop culture references are you going to make in this explanation?
I mean,
As many as I need to.
To be fair, that works better than he thinks, because as he's never seen the movie, the movie makes tons of references to video games.
Yeah.
So that kind of works in his favor. So I am going to grade these on relevance, like speed, the wit that it takes to come up with these things, and of course clarity. So on an average, out of 5, Fresco, I'm gonna give you a solid 3 on that one.
I'll take it.
Right. So that brings you to a total of 5. Because that's how we're gonna do this. So you're at 5 points to Andy's 3. Andy, you are up, and you, good sir, have Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, so Silence of the Lambs is about a deaf sheep farmer in New Zealand that for some reason has lost its herd. He left the door open for the pens, and now the sheep have gone out into the wilderness, and he has to find them. But because it's a countryside and he stares at white things all day, his vision is not exactly good because of wool blindness. So he has to do it mostly by sound. And of course, a deaf person, he can only get a large grouping of sheep at a time, because once you get 5 or 6 kind of bang at once, then he can feel the subtle vibrations in the ground. And of course, his dog is helping him by trying to bark at the sheep when he sees them, but he's deaf. He can't hear them. So it's a mishmatch, hodgepodge of disabilities not letting a guy get him down, and he will find his sheep, whether they be loud or silent.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I am going to give you a 4 on that one. I'm not going to go over the unless you would like me to go over them. I can go over my conclusion on how I come to these, if you'd like.
What did you like and what did you not like?
I liked how much detail was there and everything. Honestly, the only thing keeping you from getting a 5 was that darn clarity. You see, because for some reason, even though you're talking, I hear this woman in the background speaking Spanish.
Somebody hit the SAP button on that.
So it's like 2 people are talking to me at once.
Can we get that in editing?
We'll find out. So a 4 for you. Anyway, onwards. These next 2 are going to be fun for you guys. I had to throw them in there because I was like, oh, it'll give them a chance to finally have fun with each other's favorite of the genre. So, Fresco, I need you to tell me what plot would be for the title Nightmare on Elm Street.
Alrighty, so check it out, right? There's of course, this movie is about this little girl, and she goes into this house. She moves into this town, and she moves into this house, and it's the house that she lives in now just happens to be on a street called Elm. Okay, so she lives on Elm Street now, and you see, she happens to love the video game Soul Calibur, and her favorite character for that is Nightmare. So she waits until about Halloween time coming around, and she builds a costume of Nightmare. And she goes around town, she gets off of Elm Street, she goes over to the next one on Oak, and she goes down that street, and she's doing trick-or-treating, she's having a wonderful time, and, one of the parents happens to ask another parent that was walking their kid out, hey, where's Nightmare from? Oh, Nightmare's on Elm Street.
Fantastic. Yeah. You might think you're gonna get a bad score here, but I'm gonna give you a 4. And here's why you're getting a 4. You're getting a 4 because
Boo.
Oh, you can boo and hiss all you want. He is getting a 4 simply because he went exactly for what I'm looking for. Almost. See, I didn't want a convoluted plot. I didn't want to know that this farmer was staring at white all the live long day and eventually started growing blind. By the way, he's deaf and he has a dog named Sam. I don't care about all that. What I wanted to know is what Silence of the Lambs was about. Just like what The Wizard was about. And he delivered. He was like, yeah, this girl, she moved into a house in a new city that had a house in it, which she moved into, on a street in a city that she moved into, with a house. It was beautiful, Fresco. Absolutely beautiful.
I was trying to get it out, alright?
No, I understand. That was a 4, man. It's absolutely a 4. Andy, I'm sure you can figure out what your next one is going to be, to no surprise. And by the way, don't feel bad about the woman in the background speaking Spanish. Listen, if Countdown to Geek Town can get away with heavy breathing during the explanation of why Justice League was a good movie for some reason, then we can get away with a Spanish-speaking lady in the background. Shots fired. Anyway, Andy,
Yeah.
no surprise, your movie is none other than Friday the 13th.
Okay, so it's a charming romantic comedy starring Simon Pegg, and it's a movie about a guy that is, lusting after this girl, and he finally brings up the courage to ask her out on a date, but it's on Friday the 13th where he is literally having the worst luck day of his life. Everything's going wrong. He's walking under ladders and having them fall over on his head. he has this black cat that keeps following him around and scratching at his leg. He was trying to get ready for the date, and his mirror broke, and hilarity ensues when he goes water skiing, and the ski fails. He's just stuck in the middle of Manhattan, waiting for a lift back, and his flotation device doesn't work when he tries to swim it. Oh, it's just a charming Simon Pegg at his best. It's a shame that he's going after Natalie Portman, but whatever. Yeah, coming to a theater near you, Friday the 13th.
What's wrong with Natalie Portman?
It's Simon Pegg. Those two do not go well together.
And, oh, who are you to judge about who goes well together? You know, this is the problem that I have with people today. You know, they're all about, oh, they don't go well together. Who cares? Are relationships supposed to be like cartoons where the Flanders, obviously the two of them go well together because they're God-fearing Christians, blah, 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 blah. Or oh my God, Milhouse's parents. Milhouse's parents look like they were brother and sister. Don't
Agreed.
tell me they're going to go well together just because they have blue hair and glasses that are the same frames as Milhouse. That is brother and sister. There's some incest going on there. It's weird. No one should look like they're going to go together. They should look different. That's good. The more different you look, the less related you are. That's fantastic. Anyway. You had a 4 up until you made the comment about that, so now you get a 3. You're at 10. 10-9.
Okay.
Fresco's up. What?
For the record, Andy, you had the perfect opportunity to win some bonus points by throwing in another movie reference with the whole day thing and everything going wrong. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. My car ran out of gas. I had to buy new shoes.
My grandmama's sick. I needed fresh straws. Okay, Fresco.
My bad. I'm sorry.
You ready for your movie?
Yep.
Fresco, your movie is Dances with Wolves.
Oh, marvelous. Marvelous. So this is a period piece, okay?
Period piece.
A period piece. So this is set in 1492, okay? And it's actually based somewhat in reality. It's about Columbus. Columbus comes across to America, and one of the things he finds when he first lands at Plymouth Rock, or Fraggle Rock, I can't remember which one exactly it was, because I fell asleep for a brief moment, and then I saw the wolves, so I perked up, and it was fantastic. He got off the boat, and he saw these wolves, and they were so cute, and they were fluffy, and he picked one up by its front paws, and he started dancing with it so majestically, and then the credits rolled.
Wow. That's a 5. That's a 5 if I ever heard a 5. That was just... That was beautiful.
That's a 5?
That was beautiful from beginning to end. Are you kidding me? He was so descriptive. His history was accurate. Even when he said he doesn't remember, he clearly knows it's Plymouth Rock. Pauses or Fraggle Rock. I can't remember because I fell asleep. So we're going to comedically put in a critique there saying that the movie was boring, and then the wolves came in. Very quickly said about how they were adorable and fluffy-like, and then went on with the plot, finishing the story, credits rolled. That is a freaking 5 if I have ever heard one. 14, Fresco, 10, Andy. Andy, your movie. Time to catch up. Are you ready? Prince of Persia. Do it justice, buddy. Hollywood couldn't.
Trigger.
All right. So, this movie is actually a horror movie where kids and some small adults keep getting suffocated in their sleep, and the only mysteries to the murder that they have is some hair left at the scene and some faint paw prints going around the room, but they can't ever actually find the culprit at all. And then a wise cop ended up doing a stakeout to see what was going on, and then sees this Persian cat that goes into people's windows and then suffocates them in their sleep, as evil cats do, and then escapes out into the night. And he tried to capture him, but he can only ever find his trail and can never actually catch up with the animal anymore. And at the end, it has like, the end, question mark. And at the bottom of the question mark, a paw print. Prince of Persia.
I gotta tell you, you were so close to getting on my last nerves that I was going to give you a 2. I didn't feel so mean to give you a 1. Because you started off and I'm just like, God, another stupid convoluted mess. And then I started to understand where you were going with it, and I'm like, this is brilliance. And then once you said the Persian cat, it's a 5. That is a 5. Fantastic job. All right, Fresco, go ahead.
I think the reveal of the cat being the killer would have been better, or like tying it into the title, which is a good thing that Lyle's scoring this. But I'm just saying, like the tag on the collar should have read Prince.
No, because it's the paw prints.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the paw prints. That's the idea. The detective is only getting the prints of a Persian cat.
I got you.
He tied it into the
All
title.
right.
It was brilliant. Okay, Fresco, you're up. Here we go. Star Wars.
Oh shit. All right. So this is a beautiful sci-fi fantasy. Okay, it takes place sometime long, long ago. In this galaxy, though.
Ah!
And see, what happened is the Big Dipper is having problems with Orion, and all of us on Earth, we are caught in the middle of this war, this Star War.
That's great. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the end. All right. I'm gonna give you a 4 on that one because I did like where you were going. I liked where you were going, but I wanted more. So I can't wait for Star Wars.
Anything.
I can't wait for Star Wars 2 or whatever they call it.
Oh, that was the teaser trailer.
It was a teaser.
That was a teaser trailer.
All right, I'm taking a point away. 3.
Oh, I was kidding.
Too late. All right, Andy.
Jeez.
Andy, your movie, again, please make it better. The Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks.
What's wrong with the Mighty Ducks?
Shut up.
Why couldn't I get that one?
Shut up. What's wrong with the Mighty Ducks? Triggered. Just make it better. What's wrong with it? Flying V is offsides. Go on.
Okay. So this is actually like one of those like PBS kid shows where it's a bunch of little ducklings that go around and through the power of learning do they get to, and they have to eat their vegetables, of course. As soon as they have their broccoli, they become big and strong, and they fight evil geese and old ladies that like to feed them like stale bread at the park. Through the power of togetherness, they actually learn a valuable lesson that one duck is weak, but a group of friendly ducks is mighty.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Not gonna lie, but because it's such a terrible movie, regardless, I gotta give you a 3. Sorry. Next up.
Rigged.
Welcome to Side Splitters, where the point means nothing and neither does the show. Or whatever that saying was. Fresco, your movie is No Country for Old Men.
All right, so this takes
You don't
place.
have to think about it. Wow.
I don't. This takes place in the year 2035. All right, and the plot of this movie is the president that is in office at that time hated his parents. He's now of age of about 30. He looks to be. His parents are now in their 60s. He can't stand them. They're still trying to tell him what to do. He figures, all right, he's the president now. He can run his country whatever he wants, however he wants. So he decides to make it a rule that anybody over a certain age has to be immediately executed. And he dubs the law No Country for Old Men.
You see, I was with you, and I knew where you were taking it, and then you said something like the president was 30. You have to be 35 to run for president, man.
I don't know politics.
Hey, man.
And it's a movie, you jackwad!
Hey, do you know what year it is? Okay? Movies make sense nowadays.
No, they don't.
I gotta give you 3 points, Fresco. I'm sorry.
You fucker.
Yeah, I know.
Rigged. This is rigged. This is Lyle just throwing out fucking points wherever he wants.
Yeah.
Have you been on one of these before?
Yeah, right.
Andy, your movie is The Breakfast Club.
Oh, okay. So,
Pal.
this is actually a story of a young lady who decides that she's going to go out into the wilderness and she's going to be very calm and peaceful and because she's a writer and she needs the quiet. And then all of a sudden she's beset by these men who would do her wrong, and they attack her and do all sorts of nefarious things with her body and everything like that. And she goes to look for an improvised weapon but can't find one. So she sticks her rolling pin into a box of Lucky Charms and then starts beating the men with it, breaking their faces in, and she gets her vengeance. Where vengeance is due.
I see.
The Breakfast Club.
You see, for a second there, I'm thinking, did I say Hollywood or something? Is that what he's describing? Nice reveal there at the end. I don't understand a lot. That was your worst one by far. I got to give you a 2 on that one, buddy.
Oh, I got the 2.
You got the 2. That makes you guys tied at 20 apiece, and we still have 4 more to go. So the next one for Fresco is Die Hard.
Oh, I was hoping.
All right. So this is actually a very sad documentary. It stars the career of Jack Black. And what happened was, it follows him around in his youth, and he happens to go around, and it's talking about the party lifestyle, and drugs and rock and roll and things of that nature, and drinking it up and everything, and he falls into the life of always seeking prostitution. Well, unfortunately for him, he was starting to have problems getting it up, so he popped one too many Viagra, and the last hooker he was with, she went to go start her business. She leaned down to ask him what he was ready for. He was rock hard and pointing at the ceiling, but he was dead, and he died hard.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Poetic.
It was poetic. Yeah, why not? I'll give you a 4.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it seems like something Jack Black would do.
Right. I'm trying to make an argument because it certainly doesn't sound like a movie I want to watch, but at the same time, it's just like...
Yeah, look away.
It's just, yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure that movie was already made before, just a little bit different with Fred Savage from the Wonder Years.
It might have been, actually.
No, I'm serious. It was an actual movie.
So am I.
Yeah, he was like addicted to porn or something like that. He was addicted to some form of sex. I think it was just any way he could take it. And he was like a super rich mogul. I don't remember. It was crazy. I seen it one time and I was like, this is a weird movie. Okay, so Andy, you're up. Your movie is Rain Man.
Okay. So it's a quirky little comedy about this guy that he he has a little dark cloud hanging over him all the time that's just constantly raining down. No matter where he goes, indoors, outdoors, talking to people, it follows him directly overhead and just maintains a certain level of wetness on his person at all times. And it comes with its social awkwardness, but he eventually learns to cope with it, and he finds a girl that really likes to go swimming. And she wears a snorkel around him, and it's just a cute picture of them holding an umbrella and staring off into the street lights with the rain constantly beating down on them. And he learns to love Rain Man.
Okay. I would have liked it a lot better if it was about 30 seconds shorter.
Oh.
I don't know. Just learn to love.
But
you brought the romantic
Rain Man.
interest into it and all that, and I was on board with you. But it's one of those movies where it's like an hour and a half of this I could have dealt with, but 2.5 hours. Oh. Suddenly I have an overactive bladder.
Well, I mean, you're hearing rainfall all the time. I mean, there's not a dry seat in the house.
Andy, there's no defending it, man. I got to give you 20. I got to give you a 3.
Oh.
It's not terrible.
Give me 20.
But it's not the best. Fresco, your movie is Scarface.
All right. Sorry, hold on. Give me a second. I'm putting out a cigarette.
Yeah.
All right. So, here's the plot.
Right.
This is, it's not a romantic comedy. It's not a documentary. This is a science fiction movie. One for the ages, man. I went into this movie, and my God, I shit myself when I was done. What happens is this fucking thing, it picks up with this little fucking, like, raptor dude, like he just comes out of the ceiling, right? And he just eats people, on some kind of spaceship that's floating through space. And, these Marines get on board, and they're sitting there, and they're like, oh, man, we got to find this dude. And this chick is found in a grate somewhere. I don't know, because she was half naked, and I was like, well, where the hell did she came from? And, yeah, it was really weird there for a second. But then it started to pick up again, and the raptor dude came back, and one of them happened to get point blank and shot him in the face, but it ricocheted off because of his scales, and it left a scar. We're like, all right, well, we got to find this dino. We need to give it a code name, because we can't kill it without a code name. Why can't we kill it without a code name? I don't know. So they called it Scarface, and they just spent the rest of the movie chasing after this raptor dude. They finally shut it in the airlock and blasted it into the sun. And, yeah, end credits. I'll take my 2.
Now hold on a second here. See? Because like with all great movies, you got your random scene of nudity and all that. Like you just things are just what's the word I'm looking for here? Shoehorned in left and right. Just all kind of tropes, what have you? All that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you a 4 on this one, actually.
Oh.
If mine was 30 seconds too long, his was a minute too long.
Yeah, but
I was like, get to the point.
I'd rather have a minute too long of greatness than 30 seconds too long. Look, I don't want to hear somebody raining on me the entire time for 30 seconds. I do, in fact, want to see a raptor in outer space, and he had sound effects. Did you have sound effects, Andy?
I could have.
You didn't?
I could have.
Andy, the last movie for you, for this segment actually, is Beetlejuice. Knock him dead, kiddo.
Okay, so Beetlejuice is a movie about an amorphous blob that goes through the forest, and at first it has to build up strength by consuming creatures, but the only thing that it goes through the local beetle sanctuary, and crushes and dilutes them, and until it's just a mass of moving beetle parts, and it starts snatching up like slightly bigger animals over time. But of course, since it's within the beetle sanctuary, that's the most prominent aspect of it. And then it forms into a giant beetle of its own, rampaging through this town, and the military can't stop it, the people can't stop it, and then eventually it stops itself because it couldn't handle the most gentle of all Earth's creatures, the Godzilla.
Oh, that's a fiver. That's a 5. That's great. I'm gonna tell you how I scored these most of the time. When I was making up the list, I'm just like, I really hope they go here with it. If I was doing this is what I would say. I'm gonna tell you why Silence of the Lambs didn't get a 5. Because I was really hoping you would say that someone would sneak up behind lambs and shush them. And you didn't. You didn't say that, so you didn't get a 5. Dances with Wolves, exactly what I wanted, probably exceeded my expectations. Literally just someone dancing with a wolf. You brought history into it, all that, it was fantastic. Star Wars, same thing. I exactly wanted that, just a war with stars.
Okay.
Prince of Persia obviously exceeded expectations. Oh yeah, so that was fun. And we end that segment with the score. The score tied. How now, brown cow?
How now, brown cow?
The score tied at 28 apiece.
Okay.
I was trying to think of a Kevin Smith movie to put in there, and I was thinking Clerks, but then it dawned on me that movie is kind of about the title as it is.
Yeah, right? Huh.
All rats.
Yeah, same problem.
House of Cards?
House of Cards wasn't Kevin Smith, dude. That's Kevin Spacey.
Oh, right. I get them
Amy.
confused.
It's a much more... Chasing Amy would have been a good one. I didn't think of that.
Crying Game.
Crying Game wasn't Kevin Smith.
I'm thinking Miramax.
Yeah, it was Miramax, but not Kevin Smith. Alright, so on to the next one. The last and final game we have this evening is... Fresco, what was it called again?
Jingle Jammers.
Jingle Jammers. Fresco specifically requested this one, and I decided to throw a little spin on it this time around. So last time, if anyone remembers, we played this game with 90s TV commercials. We would get a little clip of it, and they would have to guess what the commercial was for. And the guys did phenomenally. Like, you guys did better than I have ever anticipated. So
We watched a lot of TV when we were kids.
Yes, we did.
with that in mind, I decided to pick TV theme songs from the 90s. And I kind of went with shows that were... There's no cartoons on this list. I'm going to just throw that out there now.
Aw.
This is more of what you would watch in like your preteens and maybe some teenage years. Okay?
Okay.
Just to give you an idea of what to go off of here. So, we have to share sounds. And we are going to just put out a test yet again, just to be sure we can hear everyone just fine. We'll do Morty turning into a car. Okay? Can you hear that?
Yep.
Yes.
Beautiful. YouTube at its finest. So, okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here, so 5 for each of you. And we will let Andy decide who goes first this time.
I will let Fresco go first.
Fresco's going to go first. He even called him Fresco. Isn't that adorable? Okay, Fresco.
That's cute.
You are going to
that's
have
cute.
a few seconds of this TV theme song. It's going to start right in the middle of it. So, be all ears. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, can I
know
steal?
this
Can I
one.
steal?
Not yet.
Oh.
Is it Roundhouse?
It is not Roundhouse. It's TV shows.
Yeah, that was a TV show.
I don't know that one. Okay, Andy, go ahead and try to steal.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
It is not Hanging with Mr. Cooper. You guys are both wrong. The
Oh,
TV
damn
show is Sister Sister.
Oh, fuck Sister
Oh.
Sister. Oh, yeah. All right.
I didn't say they were good shows.
Still watched it, though.
Yeah,
so
we
did I. Okay,
All
so
right.
that one's done. Andy, you're up next.
Okay.
Keep in mind, you guys did so well the last time. I really wanted to try to, get you guys this time. So,
Fair enough.
yeah, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
All right. What you got?
Wow. That is not ringing a bell at all. No, I got nothing.
You got nothing. Fresco, you want to attempt to steal?
I want to say Sabrina, but I'm probably wrong, so I'll say Sabrina anyway.
Sabrina.
Teenage Witch.
That is correct.
Yes!
No.
Fresco gets the point.
As if.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't want to give away the as if. I figured that might be too much, but yeah, that's it. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Fresco gets it. Fresco, you're up.
All right.
Here we go. What you got?
God.
I'm telling you right now, people listening to this have to be screaming the answer.
Oh man, I can think of so many shows I think this is. No, it's not. It's not VR Troopers and it's not Beetleborgs. It's probably way off on this actually. I can't get it. It's not jumping to my head.
You
I have
Giving
to
up?
pass.
passing your guess to Andy. What do you got, Andy?
Boy Meets World?
It is not Boy Meets World. Play a little bit and see if you guys get it.
Power Rangers.
Oh, man. I don't think there's any lyrics to it. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, that's why.
Oh.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how memorable the theme song actually was because I never watched it. So I was like, this was a popular show. Let me throw it in there, So, all right, no points. Wow, so far only one correct and it wasn't something he was sure of. Huh. Let's see if Andy can get this one. You ready?
Oh, Home Improvement.
Yes.
Yes!
Hence the very short part of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I give too much of this, they're gonna get it. Just so everyone can feel at home. All right, that's it. I thought he would do the growl sooner than later, but I'm not waiting. So, on to the next one. Fresco, you ready?
Yeah.
I think this is our first one with lyrics.
Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle
Full House.
walls.
What's that?
Full House.
It is not Full House. Andy?
Oh shit! No,
All
I
in the
know.
Family.
What is it?
All in the Family.
It is
No, it's not. It's
on the
Family
Family.
Matters. Family Matters.
You guys are both wrong. I can't give you points. I went into that one. I am so satisfied. I went into that one and I was like, I'm pretty sure the same person sings the theme song for this as they do for Full House. So I'm going to go right in the middle of a song that's not memorable and just hope that they say Full House. Oh, brilliant on my behalf, if I do say so myself. Family
I hate you.
Matters is what it was. Yes.
I knew it right after I said it.
All I see
Let's get
is
him.
a tower of
Here we go.
real love bursting out of every scene. We're gonna fill our house.
All right.
It's from
Oh, the
season
extended version.
1.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
yeah,
from
yeah.
season 1.
Oh.
All right, season 1. Andy, you're up. Well, let's see what you do on this one. 'Cause,
Okay.
yeah. Here we go. Anything?
Baywatch?
It is not Baywatch. Fresco?
I don't know, Doogie Howser.
It's not Dookie Howser. I would probably recognize this song, but not be able to pinpoint what it is. It is Beverly Hills 90210.
Never watched it.
Never watched it, yeah.
My sister used to go nuts over this show. See, one thing I tried doing was picking the whitest shows I can find.
Yeah, no shit.
That's why there's no Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's why there's no Sanford and Son, even though it was like the 70s. But you get the idea. Family Matters was like the only thing that was like off kilter. All right.
Damn you.
Fresco,
No cartoons, no good shows.
No, I wanted to make sure that you guys couldn't get things right. Fresco, you're up.
Yeah.
Here we go. Lyrics again.
When I see their happy faces smiling back at me.
Seventh Heaven.
Whoa! Yeah. What does that say about you, though?
I just watched it the other day with Jess's grandmother.
There was no doubt in his mind.
No, not at all.
That
Holy
was
shit.
good. Yeah, that was right. I never watched it, but you got it. All right. That brings us to Andy. Andy, lyrics in this one.
Oh, good.
Here we go.
Sounds so familiar, but oh, jeez. Yeah, I have no idea.
Fresco?
Is it Reba?
It is not Reba. I think that was 2000s.
Yeah.
Step by Step.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see.
Huh. Oh yeah.
Again, thought the chorus was coming in sooner than that, but whatever. What do I know?
No, the bell gave it away for me.
Oh, okay. That brings us to Fresco. Ready?
Yep.
All right. I just want to point out, you guys got like 3 seconds of TV commercials. I'm giving you like 10 to 15 of the theme songs.
Oh, when I've never seen the show before.
Hey. I'm just letting you know.
Christ, hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Andy?
Nope. Not ringing any bells.
It is Boy Meets World.
Really? That's Boy Meets World?
Yeah. All right.
It's them flying away on a car. All right.
Fred's so stupid.
Fred's so stupid.
And the last one for Andy for the tie. Are you ready?
The best I can do, Ty. Yeah.
Come on. I mean,
No.
I might be a little upset if you don't get this.
No idea.
Fresco
Isn't that one hanging with Mr. Cooper?
is not hanging with Mr. Cooper. I'm going to play the very beginning of it and see if that helps.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
Yeah, the Wayans brothers.
Give me a high
Ah.
All right, cut and print. Beautiful, guys.
Here's where you
Dynamite.
heard.
That is...
That's it, man. The Wayans Brothers. You guys disappoint me. I thought for sure you guys would get that one. I love that show growing up. That theme song
I knew
is
the
actually
beginning.
the theme song is actually a song by A Tribe Called Quest. There you go. A little bit of trivia for you. That's
Nice.
it. That's the show, man. The game's over. Fresco
There's no
wins
cartoons.
again. How do you always win, Fresco?
I know jingles, but I would have done so much better if there was, normal 90s TV shows thrown in there or fucking cartoons.
Yeah, but Andy
Like
might have too.
Yeah, but at least that's more of a competition between me and him.
Well, you know what? I found that when I did things that you guys would definitely know. Well, actually, I thought you guys would have been stumped on some of those TV ones. I was really trying to stump you guys. Like I said, 3 seconds, sometimes 2, of commercials, and you guys got it. What was I supposed to do? So I'm thinking, wow, these guys really know their TV. Let me try something,
What does that say that we know our commercials better than we know
Seriously.
our damn TV shows?
Well, because the TV shows we actually had to put effort in to watch. Like, I didn't go out of my day to watch Seventh Heaven. I watched Rocko's Modern Life. And hey, while I was watching
Look, pal.
Rocko's Modern Life, they had a commercial for Skip It.
Look,
Yeah.
pal, I did not go out of my way to watch Seventh Heaven as a child. I watched it the other day with
You went out of your way
grandmother.
to watch it as an adult.
No,
That's worse.
no, I didn't go out of my way, damn it.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
All right. Well, Fresco's the
Oh,
winner,
that's so good.
30-29 in this edition of the Decasode.
Hacks. I call hacks.
You can call it whatever you want, Andy. You lost again. I'll tell you who else lost, and it's a great transition to our next segment here. Jesse from Countdown to Geektown. For some
Yes.
reason, he cannot beat any of the side splitters in fantasy football. How about that? Jesse, enjoy 5th place if you can get that. So with that,
Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired. Pop, 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 pop.
so with that, we're gonna get into our football segment here. Last week it was just me and Andy, right? I think that's still going. It was just me and Andy last week, and my God, what a disgrace!
Yep.
So out of what is there? 16 games? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 16 games. Okay. Andy was the winner, and he went 6 wins, 10 losses.
Wow.
I, on the other hand, went 5 wins, 11 losses.
Oh, which one was the difference maker?
Oh, that's the worst part. It was the Patriots and the Dolphins. Fresco, who would win between the Patriots and the Dolphins?
That's
Every single time, right?
Yeah.
Not this time. No, Patriots lost to the Dolphins somehow. It made no sense. There was so many upsets this week. It was. Wait a minute. Oh no, I've made a grave mistake, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking over this list. There are things that we split on that I have down for losses for the both of us, and I think what happened was I got a loss and just automatically assumed you picked the same team. I think this is a lot more of a blowaway than I thought it was.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see. How many times did I do that? I think it's just a 2. Yeah, it looks like it's just a 2. So you actually got, what did I say, 8 wins and 8 losses to my. I
Oh.
still have 5 wins and 11 losses.
Hey. Better.
I had you down for the Bucks over the Lions, which you picked the Lions, and I had you down for the Raiders over the Chiefs, which you picked the Chiefs.
Yeah,
And the Raiders
naturally.
and Bucks, both right. Save it. So, right, you win this one. Let's go into a new one here, and this one's going to include Fresco. So, game one. Now I'm going to put this out there. There's one game on Thursday, as per usual. There's two games on Saturday, which is a little weird this go around. So I'm just, for Andy's sake, two games are going to be played on Saturday. I'll say which games they are, but just so you know, it's not typical. Okay?
Okay.
Don't know if that's going to change anything in your weird world, whatever that may be. Okay. So, first game is the Denver Broncos at the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to go Broncos. Fresco, who you got? Yeah, right?
I'm gonna go the Colts.
Colts, Andy?
It's the Colts visiting the Broncos?
No, it's the Broncos visiting the Colts.
Oh, okay, the Broncos visiting the Colts. No, if that's the case, then Colts would not be so quick to use their speed, because that is the one thing. So while they're both equine in nature, Broncos have more power behind them versus the Colts' speed. But if the Colts are being ambushed, then they don't really have time to use it. The Broncos are just going to roll over them. So I'm going to say the Broncos.
Broncos, okay. That was painless.
Settle in, ladies and gentlemen. This is where your hour gets eaten up. We already been here for 35 minutes. Here's where another hour gets taken in. Settle in, guys.
It has not been 35 minutes. It's been like an hour.
Pardon me. Here comes another hour.
Hey, man, we got to give the listeners content with the Decasode. Every other show is
Yep.
half hour to 45 minutes, sometimes pushing. Decasode,
Y'all
we
better
give
be going
we give 'em
state
content.
traveling.
Right. Okay. Next up. This is the first of two Saturday games, Andy. So we have the
Okay.
Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. I am going to go Bears on this one. Fresco, who you got?
Not Bears.
The Bears? Okay.
Not
Andy?
Bears.
So the Bears are clearly, if they're on the offensive, they are sleepwalking.
Right.
And if they go into another, usually an opponent they go into, they don't want to bump into a bear that is hibernating and sleepwalking. That's just a recipe for disaster. But unfortunately, the Bears are going against another, predator that, if the bear bumps into them, they're going to be like, hey, you need to apologize, and they're going to snore at them, and they're going to think, this motherfucker, and then rake his eyes out. So I think the Lions are going to have the advantage here.
So you're going Lions. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the second of the two Saturday games with the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going Chargers. Fresco, who you got? Chiefs, got it. That was weird. And Andy?
He had the yawn. So
you gonna rake his eyes out?
No. So, no, Chargers are a pure offensive team, man. Like that's what they do. And Chiefs are not really known for their defense. I'm gonna, I gotta give it to the Chargers. This one seems way too obvious to explain.
Okay.
Like, I mean, don't you get it?
Absolutely. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Football Giants. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going with the Giants on this one.
You're an idiot.
Am I?
Wait a minute. Their star quarterback got hurt, didn't he?
Uh-huh. Just changes everything.
This changes everything. Or does it change nothing?
I actually have $10 riding on this game, so.
Shh. You never admit to illegal gambling. Anyway, I gotta think, as much as it sickens me, like physically makes me ill, I gotta say the Birds are gonna win again.
Mm-hmm. Andy?
This
These two
is
have
his condescending tone.
these two have already gone against each other once already, and the Eagles
Correct,
were
and it
too
was
much for
with
the
the
Giants.
Eagles starting quarterback, and they won in the last 3 seconds by 3 points with a 61-yard field goal.
Yeah, I still make it a point to say that even the Eagles' worst offense is still better than the Giants' best defense. These guys are tripping over their own damn shoelaces. I'm giving it to the Eagles.
Okay.
Wow, you didn't actually do an Andyism on that one. You just went straight talk.
Well, no, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the tripping over their own shoelaces. Giants are large and fumble a lot, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
okay.
also pretty clumsy. Yeah,
Right.
they have been clumsy this entire season.
Next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Minnesota Vikings. I am going Vikings. Fresco?
Who is it?
Bengals at Vikings.
Oh, Bengals.
Bengals. Andy?
Bengals are usually pretty predatory hunters that can slip in and ambush, but the problem is they're wearing bright orange to the party, which no matter how inebriated Vikings get while they're stuck at home base, they're going to notice something bright and orange and striped trying to sneak up on them and steal their babies in the night. So I'm going to actually say the Vikings on this one.
Vikings. Okay. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Okay. It's week 15 of 17. That means it's one of 3 games remaining. Without knowing the Browns' remaining games, I am going to say this is my upset of the week. And I'm going to give this one to the Browns in hopes that they can actually win a game this year because nobody wants to go 0-16. So I'm going Browns. Fresco?
Blanco!
Right, Ravens. How can I forget? Andy?
Blacks against Browns. What do we do
What?
here?
All right.
Ravens.
All right, yeah.
I mean, clearly these mischievous elves that we all know as the Browns are not interested in football. Otherwise, they probably would have done something about it this season.
I kind of wish they had to play the Giants. Just so I could see one giant brown stain.
You might still, buddy. You might still. No, I mean, they're clearly so disinterested in the sport that they haven't been able to muster a win yet. And I don't think that, Ravens being a very cunning and smart bird is, going to have a problem flying circles around these guys. Yeah, I'm going to give it to the Ravens.
Ravens, all right. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Washington Redskins. This is a tough decision. I am going to give this one to the Cardinals. Fresco?
Fresco. I'm also going to take the Cardinals.
Fresco. It's when you're being rascally.
Wascally 11.
Andy?
Fresco Flats. Wait, hold on. Which teams are going at again?
Cardinals at Redskins.
Ooh. I'm thinking that what we're probably going to do here is we're going to go with so the Redskins are, it's not just, I guess a very outdated way to describe them. They might actually legitimately have red skins, and some of them are probably from Cardinals. The bright red display kind of does give that away. So I'm actually thinking that they could probably take them again. I mean, they've done it before. I'm going to give it to the Redskins.
All right. Whatever all that means. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers at the Carolina Panthers. Now, before you put all your eggs in one basket here, Fresco, keep in mind, Aaron Rodgers is returning this week for the Packers. That's what I'm going for. Packers. Fresco?
Who's the other one?
Panthers.
Ooh.
Should be a good game. But Packers, just because I like to see Cam Newton cry.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Panthers, Andy.
Man, it is. You have to be friggin' obtaining balls of steel to try to pack a panther. I don't think Kitty Kitty's going to like that very much. Yeah, I think the Packers are going to try to do their thing against the Panthers and realize that is just one thing they do not play with. I'm going to say the Panthers.
You're saying that the Packers don't play with puss. Okay, Panthers, right?
Yeah.
Next up, we have the New York Jets at the New Orleans Saints. I'm going Saints.
Me too.
Andy?
Well, Jets are man-made.
Right.
Saints are instruments of God.
Right.
Well, they believe in a high power, but Jets can get pretty high and have a lot of power.
Right. And also their fuel can melt steel beams.
I forgot about that, yeah.
I can't wait to hear your prediction on the next game.
I think I first heard about that.
Oh, boy.
I think I first heard about that, 16 years ago?
Oh,
I found out that little fact. Man. And, yeah, I actually think that they did fight that about 16 years ago, too. And if I remember correctly, the Jets won then. So I'm going to say that the Jets will probably win again this time.
Jets!
Yep.
Next up. What a game. Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Dolphins just beat the Patriots, and the Bills barely beat the Colts. But if that didn't take place, I would have picked the Bills all day long. But seeing what just happened last week, I don't know, because I didn't bother watching the Dolphins game, because who would want to watch the Patriots decimate a team? Well, apparently everyone, because the Patriots didn't even win. So that's really going to throw a knife into this whole thing. Last game the Bills played was at home against the Colts, and it was practically a blizzard. That was really cool. No, seriously, the game was covered in snow. It was a huge snowy game. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was last week. And they're in Buffalo again this week. So I'm going to assume it's going to be bitterly cold in Buffalo. And the Dolphins, being used to Miami, not used to the cold. Going to give it to the Bills. Fresco.
I'm going Dolphins.
Dolphins. Andy?
Yeah, because the other thing, too, is that with it being cold, dolphins are not going to be able to swim at all. And while they are mammals, they still can't actually move on land.
They can swim in tornadoes.
No, because, it's still going to be like ice. They're going to be in a funnel with ice. They're going to get an ice cube in the blowhole. They're going to choke on it until it melts, and then when they can breathe again, they're going to realize how cold it is. So, yeah, no, Buffalo Bills all day long.
Okay. Next up, we have the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going Jaguars. Let's go. Jaguar. Andy?
Well, I'm remembering a fun game called Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, boy.
And in that game, Texans really had no trouble skinning Jaguars. And if Rockstar isn't a company to be believed, then I don't ever want to be right in America. So based on their prior knowledge, I'm going to say that Texans could beat Jaguars.
Okay. I'm going to say you're wrong, but whatever. Next up, what I think is going to be the game of the week, the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks on this one because they're at home and that is something. Fresco?
I'm going to take the Rams.
Rams. I will not fault you. Either team could take this one. Andy?
I beg to differ.
Oh, of course.
I beg to differ.
Because the Seahawks' natural environment, where they call home and nest, is mostly just sheer vertical surfaces. And sure, while Rams could climb mountainous terrain and take the aerial advantage away from the Seahawks, they're more of a stepping stool area. They can't just go vertical, so they're not going to be able to use that sheep-like gymnastics to their advantage. So I'm going to say the Seahawks.
Seahawks. Okay, next up we have, if I could spell, the Tennessee Titans at the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going Titans on this one. Fresco?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on the Titans.
Andy?
Mm,
Here we go.
no, because Titans, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Well,
Right.
49ers are keen on digging tunnels. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to build a tunnel trap a la Tremors underneath the Titans and then trip them up. And they're going to go down, collapse into the ground, and breaking their neck or a few ribs or something like that. And then the miners will probably just mine through their bodies.
Right.
Very, very gruesome sight. So, yeah, 49ers.
Okay. As most people are in San Francisco. Very violent. Next up, we have the New England
Under 18.
Patriots. New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also could be a game of the week. This is going to be a great one. I'm going to give this one to the Patriots because Brady is probably pissed off from losing to the Dolphins. Fresco?
Damn it. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a close game, and I think it's gonna be the Steelers that beat the Pats.
Well,
I think
if it's the Steelers that win, then it's definitely going to be a close game because the Steelers can't win by more than 6 points. Ever. It's just a rule. Anyway, Andy?
All right, so here's the thing. The steel industry kind of built America, so the Patriots would probably respect that at some point. But yeah, they did have a loss to the Dolphins, which is it's a tricky fish to flay.
Mammal.
I'm actually going to call something radical here. I'm going to say it's a tie.
And there's Andy's tie of the year.
Yes, I will call the tie.
All right. There was almost a tie last week.
Really?
Almost. I think there was almost 2, if I'm not mistaken. The Browns and the Packers almost tied. They went into overtime and they almost tied. And then the Bills and the Colts went in the overtime and almost tied as well. Fun games to watch. Next up is the Dallas Cowboys at the Oakland Raiders. I am going Raiders. Fresco, should I?
Alley.
Yeah. Andy?
Nah. I mean, as much as I never like to give the Cowboys credit, Raiders are not really known as a defensive team. I mean, that's the whole point. They go out to raid. If you're sitting at home, you're not raiding, you're just loitering. And even Cowboys can beat a loiterer. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one.
Okay. And last but not least is the Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Atlanta is in a must-win situation. I'm going to go Falcons on this one. Fresco.
Buckies.
Buccaneers. Andy.
Yeah, I think Buccaneers have all the advantages here. They have trained attack pets. They have plenty of cannon fire, and they know the cove better than any Falcon ever could. So yeah, Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. And that will be the Week 15 picks. Should be a good one. Okay, that is that. The only thing left to do, good boys, is good boys. I just sometimes ramble on too much. Name this bad boy and get on out of here. What do we have in mind?
Okay, I have an idea, and I think you're gonna love it.
Okay.
I was gonna call the episode Fresco Seventh Heaven.
Fresco's seventh, like apostrophe S Fresco's?
Yeah.
Seventh Heaven.
Yes.
Can we call it Fresco's Sixth Heaven?
Oh, because it's the sixth
decasode.
I'll allow it.
You're definitely onto something, but it doesn't flow quite as well. How about Fresco's almost seventh heaven?
Okay, that is better.
And That'll do it for this week. Fresco, you have no say. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Side Splitters, episode 60, the episode, aptly titled Fresco's Almost Seventh Heaven. My name is Lyle.
And I'm Andy.
And I'm apparently almost in seventh heaven.
And a tub of tapioca pudding or whatever.
And a big ass tub of tapioca pudding. My God, on top of Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh!
Had to get it in there.
Get it out.
No, keep it in. We're almost done. We will see you fine folks next week, hopefully.
Hopefully, question mark.
You'll hear from Fresco again on the Christmas episode. That is for sure. That is coming around the corner when it comes. Chances are there's not going to be a Christmas play this year, though. But that does not mean we don't have good things in store, which we won't talk about on air right now because it's all going to be a surprise, and we might not have anything as it is. You know, who knows? Who knows what we have? Right? You're going to love it, though. Promise. Anyway, see you next week.
Bye.